Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
What are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm
The lowest?
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest.
3, 2, 1, it's jam.
Donald J. Trump, I'm telling you, he's got nothing to hide. His administration has got nothing to hide. And that's why he's been an advocate for full transparency in this case.
Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday. That he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one
For the information that we have
in the file.
in the case file.
Decided to keep the edit short this time around. I really couldn't stand to look at these files and listen to these recordings any longer than I already have. I legitimately feel like a schizophrenic person. But, you know, we're just doing it for the love of the game here. So what can you say? If you guys are new to the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. We're at 159 subscribers, which is fucking awesome. Our last video hit 1,000, which is even cooler. Thank you everybody who subscribed. Even though it's a small audience, love having you guys here, and I love that you guys listen to my incoherent schizophrenic ramblings. But let's just get right into it. In case you have been living under a rock or you don't have a fully developed frontal lobe, the past, I guess, 48, 72 hours have been maybe some of the most deplorable, depressing, overall disgusting news experience of, I think, our generation. Maybe, actually, probably even history. You may be curious as to what I'm referring to. I'm sure you're not. It's obviously the Epstein files. I thought about doing a really long video and a really long, highly edited, very organized video, but it literally is debilitating to my mental health to look and read and listen to the shit that these people say online, or in these emails rather, and the absurdity of the lies that we were told before these files came out. Keep in mind, these files are only half. They're only half. 3 million of 6 million heavily redacted files that the government had the entire time were fully prepared to never release. So, I mean, what does that tell you? Kash Patel, I can't even begin to describe the things that Kash Patel should be subject to in Minecraft. But of course, I need to make this abundantly clear at the beginning of the video as well. I absolutely love Israel. I love Israel. I'm a fervent, I don't even know if that's a word, Zionist. I love Palantir as well, Peter Thiel, Mark Andreessen, Alex Karp. I have posters of them in my room. I jerk off to them every night, and I love them deeply and aspire to hopefully one day get in their good graces and maybe turn them gay. Actually, Peter Thiel is gay, so maybe there is a chance for me to, I guess, seduce him. But now that that's out of the way, I am totally joking when I say all of this. This is all in a video game, in Minecraft, in Skyrim, in a Skyrim mod. But Kash Patel has maybe perpetrated the biggest lie against the American people in those clips I showed in the beginning. I mean, this is him testifying in front of a committee, and he cannot lie. That is perjury. Nothing will happen to him. Literally nothing will happen to him. I just want to go through some of these texts as well from these emails, and I'll just start off with probably the grossest one ever. Now, this one on screen, I'm sure many of you have seen if you have been on Twitter or on any social media in the past few days, but it is probably the most disturbing or one of the most disturbing. And there has been some extreme internet sleuthing that's gone down to figure out who the sender or who the receiver of this video or of this email is. And unfortunately, the sleuthing has came back allegedly that a certain prime minister of a certain country was the person who sent this torture video. Allegedly, yes, and it was that country. I'm not going to post them here because it's alleged and because I really like living. But anyway, I wanted to move on to other things where Donald Trump actually appears in the documents. Now, I flashed these on screen in the beginning of the video. You probably didn't have a chance to read them, but these are from an FBI tip line. Now, the thing that you need to be aware of when these are FBI tips is that these are not confirmed. And this is not me running cover for Trump. There are too many times his name pops up in here with Jeffrey and Ghislaine to make it not credible. But obviously, the FBI decided not to pursue these further. Why? I don't know. That's a question that you need to go off and seek yourself. But some of the things alleged in these FBI tips are far too specific and far too horrible, I think, to be someone just trying to tear down Trump, especially before he was as massive and as hated as he is now. Some of these alleged assaults occurred back in the 80s and 90s and were reported in the early 2000s and 2013 and 2014, way before Trump was actually hated and actually in the public eye as a politician. Back then, Trump was, I'd say, not universally loved, but he was a pop culture figure. He was a part of the pop culture zeitgeist in the sense where he was akin to fame and fortune and being a playboy and, being he was just Trump. I mean, just look at his SNL appearances from back in the day. It's very obvious that, he was not seen as he is now. That being said, I 100% believe that these documents are truthful just because of the absurdity of them. It kind of just makes you want to claw your eyes out because, I mean, at the end of the day, we are great Goyim slaves to the overlords of pedophilia that run our government. I love paying taxes to pedophiles. I love, waking up every day and being a wage slave to pedophiles who eat and devour children on a private island, allegedly in Minecraft. It's really, I don't really know how else to go about it. I mean, there's just like countless and countless files to go over. And frankly, I hate looking at it. And I don't even know if I'm going to make another video about it. I probably will just because this shit just keeps coming out. And they will release the next batch of files maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 6 months from now. But keep in mind, we're barely even a year into Trump's presidency. And this is the shit that we're dealing with. This is the shit that we're dealing with. And you're probably wondering, oh my God, like, when is this going to end? It's never going to end. And you're probably thinking too, like, okay, well, at least these players aren't active. At least Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Ghislaine Maxwell is in a country club jail and she'll probably be out, fucking drinking cocktails on a beach in Gaza in a couple months. But I need you to keep in mind that these people are no longer in power, but they're still there. There's new ones. There's better ones. The island is probably even bigger. It probably has a jungle gym. It probably has a, monkey bars. At least the children will be comfortable. It probably has board games too. Nothing has changed. We just got all the info on the old guard. The new guard is all in. and we're paying taxes to them. And yeah, that's basically it. If you don't want to doom, I would suggest turning off your phone. Turn off your phone, except for TV Miggy. Only go watch the real Miggy and TV Miggy. That's it. Okay. Otherwise, turn off your phone. Don't listen to any of this because it's literally just poison, except for TV Miggy. This is the most trusted news source in the world. We have accreditations up the ass, so don't worry about that. And we are the future of journalism. The team here at TV Miggy has been working tirelessly to bring you up-to-date news on this. I was going to make a video sooner, but of course, Moist Critical and CoffeeZilla have already pumped out 500 videos. I don't know how their eyes aren't fucking bleeding after reading this shit. I literally almost had a fucking panic attack making this video because it was just too much. And even listening to Jeffrey Epstein's voice, I mean, it's very obvious why we haven't heard his voice ever really until the files, because it's probably the ugliest New York accent that you've heard. Not actually, there are worse out there, but he just sounds and looks evil. He just sounds and looks evil. But I mean, that's really it. I don't really know what else to say about this that hasn't already been said. The files are out there. Don't vote for pretty much anyone. Don't vote for anyone ever again. Your vote is pretty much the only thing you have, and I don't know. I don't want to get on my soapbox here too. I try to keep it light and fun and just fuck around, but I don't really know what else to say at this point. There really has to be some other better political drama. I miss when Trump was just a retard and would just do and say stupid things. I want to get back to Erica Kirk. I think that she is fucked up in her own right, but at least she's funny. I'm gonna start making videos on fucking iDubbbz again, just some good wholesome lol cow fun. And I need to get away from the pedophile death cults that eat and devour children on Jeffrey Epstein's private island. I need to get away from that for my own health. But anyways, if you guys liked this video, thanks so much for stopping by. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I know how gay it sounds, but I love making videos, and the more audience that I have, it just drives me even harder. I love this tiny community, but I'd love to see it get even bigger. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.